Hi guys, we've gotten a lot of questions about how best to use the FoamTastic when making your larger water bottles. So I wanted to do a quick demonstration on how I use it. I do a lot of the 40-ounce water bottles and then some of the smaller 26-ounce water bottles, but also as large as the 64-ounce water bottles. So I figured I would do a real quick little video on how I insert and secure my foam in each of the water bottles so that you can get a nice level finish on your Cup-A-Saurus turner. What I like to do, the FoamTastic is a memory foam, so it's very squishable, twistable. You can manipulate it quite well. What I like to do is I like to put a plastic, just a store brand plastic sandwich baggie over it, because I like to tape the foam tightly around the lid of my larger water bottle so it holds on real nice and tight. So I'll cut a small slit in the top, and then I'll just throw it in. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'll put it right over the top of the foam. And basically what that does when I'm taping it, it just protects the foam from the pull away of the electrical. I use electrical tape or painter's tape. It prevents the tape from just pulling apart little pieces of the foam. You don't have to do it this way. I know a lot of people don't tape their foam, but I'm a little bit of a neat freak when it comes to stuff not getting on my foam. So I like to protect it by just using a cheap sandwich baggie. So what I'll do from there, I have several water bottles. I have a couple that I've already put my spindle on. I've already put the foam in there, put some electrical tape around the rim, and then also just one or two loops around the spindle, and that'll hold it on real tight, so there's no, you're not going to be able to pull it out or adjust it. It's going to hold real tight and firm. So this right here is a 26-ounce water bottle, and then I've also done it to the 64-ounce water bottle. But I'm going to show you how to insert the foam on the most popular water bottle that I do, which is the 40-ounce water bottle. So what I do is, we get a lot of questions about how do you apply the foam to even the smaller cups. You have different size foam, and really all we have is this one size. We did a lot of research in trying to figure out the best size so that you didn't have to buy multiple sizes to fit the different cups, because I know everybody does a lot of different size cups. So for example, these little 10-ounce cups, I'll just show you for example. I do a corkscrew twist like this, and then I shove it down in there. Now the FoamTastic is a memory foam, so it's going to bounce back when you pull it out. So it goes right back to shape. So it's nice on these smaller cups that you can shove it all the way down in there. It's easier actually without the plastic baggie on these little guys to really give it a shove down in there. And then it holds real nice and firm, and then you don't have to worry about getting any epoxy on the epoxy that you might drip over the rim, if you can get it shoved down in there real good. So same size foam I use in all of my cups, whether it be the little 10-ounce cups, the skinnier coffee cups, or 40-ounce bottles, 26-ounce bottles. So I'm just going to throw my baggie back over here real quick. And then I'm going to hold it nice and tight, and I'm going to do the same corkscrew turn. Let me push this back down in here. I like my foam to be toward the end of my spindle with just a little bit sticking out, so that I have a good amount of spindle left over, so that you don't have any splashing of epoxy or dripping of epoxy onto the spindle. You have plenty of room between your turner and the spindle so you don't get the overpour onto the actual turner. So again, hold the baggie tight if you choose to use baggie. Give it a corkscrew twist. And then I have the 40-ounce bottle here, and it's real small at the end here. I'll insert just the end of it, and then I'm going to turn it just like you would a corkscrew until you have about probably an inch or two hanging out. Okay? And then what I'll do is I'll take a couple pieces, or a couple, if I can find the end of this tape. I'll go around the rim and the foam, and it doesn't have to be perfect. The idea is just to get a nice firm grip. On the cup and the spindle, so that it's not going anywhere. So now what you have is a spindle right dead center of your large 40-ounce water bottle. And then I'm going to slide my turner over here so you can see the arms here. What you'll do is you'll stick it on. There's a edge, as you probably already know, to the end of at the end of your arm on your Cup-A-Saurus turner. Apply the spindle just till it hits that edge, leaving a small gap. You don't want to over drip your epoxy so that it gets into that gap, otherwise your arm will no longer turn. The epoxy will dry and it'll be like concrete stuck. So I hold it up at the end here because it is a larger water bottle before I tighten, and I give it a couple tight cranks. You don't want to go too tight. And then what you've got is a nice level cup. Now, I don't apply a large amount of epoxy on my water bottles, so I never have an issue of it pooling either at the top or at the bottom. In fact, most of the time I don't even level it or make sure that it's, you know, perfectly level on the turner. You can accomplish that just by manipulating it up or down with that nice tight foam in there, because now it's expanded. So at this point I have a nice level cup. But again, the only purpose of me leveling that, leveling this water bottle right now was for the purpose of showing you how to adjust it if you're very particular about keeping it level. I never level mine. I never have a problem. I don't overpour the epoxy, so I never get any pooling or it settling anywhere. Epoxy is made to self-level, so as long as you've got just the right amount to cover the entire surface, a little give here or there, one direction or the other, really shouldn't have that much effect. If you find yourself having some epoxy bubble at either end or settling at either end, I would cut the amount of epoxy that you're using back by just a little bit and see if that helps. That's probably more of a better adjustment to be made than trying to manipulate your water bottle into like a perfectly level surface. So again, this can be done with any size cup. I've done it for these 40-ounce water bottles. I've also done it for the 36-ounce water bottle. This is a 26. This is a 64. And then I have like literally a dozen different size coffee cups and water bottles and kids cups and wine glasses, and then these little 10-ounce guys too. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions specifically related to the care of your FoamTastic or getting your FoamTastic in a specific size cup, feel free to leave a comment on the post or reach out to us on our Facebook page, and I'll try and help you troubleshoot any issues that you might be having.